Welcome back to the Life Recovery Devotional here on Respiro Church. Today we are reading Step 2, Day 19, A Desperate Faith. Our Bible reading is out of Matthew 15, 22 through 28. We came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Sometimes the insanity of living with our own addictions or with someone who is acting in bizarre ways can cause us to become desperate for help. Jesus dealt with a woman who was driven to him out of desperation. A Gentile woman who lived there came to Jesus pleading, "Have mercy on me, O Lord, O Son of David, for my daughter is possessed by a demon that torments her severely." But Jesus gave her no reply, not even a word. Then his disciples urged him to send her away. Then Jesus said to the woman, "I was sent only to help God's lost sheep, the people of Israel." But she came and worshipped him, pleading again, "Lord, help me." Jesus responded, "It isn't right to take food from the children and throw it to the dogs." She replied, "That is true, Lord. But even dogs are allowed to eat the scraps that fall beneath their master's table." "Dear woman," Jesus said to her, "your faith is great. Your request is granted." And her daughter was instantly healed. Matthew 15, 22 through 28. Now, before I go any further and read the last bit of this, Jesus was not comparing the Gentiles and the Jews as far as importance or as far as value. Merely he was drawing a picture that was allowing her to exercise her faith by reasoning out in her head and in her heart, and then also with him, exactly why her desperation was real and not just for the sake of a miracle. Because there were many that were coming to him just for a healing because they wanted to see something awesome. This woman, though, was definitely genuine in her faith. It took a lot of courage for this woman to even speak to Jesus because of the racism of their time. She was despised and ridiculed for seeking an end to her family's torment, but she didn't give up. She believed God was the only one who could help her and would not be deterred. Our own desperation can lead to a sincere faith that can be a tremendous help in recovery. When we realize that God is the only one who can help, nothing can block our recovery. You know, I'm reminded not only of this woman, but also the Samaritan woman at the well, whom both were given grace by Jesus. First, because the Samaritan woman was the first to know who Jesus truly was, because he literally told her that he was the Messiah. He revealed himself to her first, a non-Jewish, non-believing woman who, by all means, in the Jewish community would have been an outcast and was. And yet, she was seen by him as worthy of knowing the truth. Yeah, he did confront her sin, but he did so because he loved her enough to show her that she needed to turn back to the truth and not to a lie that she had told herself for years. You know how your family would tell you when you were younger, especially your parents, "I only tell you this because I love you. I only tell you you're wrong or that you're doing wrong because I love you, and if I didn't love you, I wouldn't say anything," right? You know, that kind of thing. Jesus does this a lot with not only unbelievers, but also, interestingly enough, I believe, with the Pharisees. Because He does not allow them to keep deluding themselves, or he does not allow them to delude themselves uncontested with their twisted beliefs. He can't change their minds, he can't change their hearts, but he will, out of his love, criticize and correct their behaviors. Yes, we all know the seven woes and all the times he calls them hypocrites, but really the reason why he gives them these proclamations is to confront their wrong thinking and allow them the chance, small as it is, to be able to turn away, maybe not even while he's alive, but later, to turn away from their sinful behaviors and follow him. Because while the word does not say anything explicitly about any of the Pharisees turning away and following Jesus, we do know that Nicodemus, who was a Pharisee, did see Jesus' truth and was convinced. He might not have necessarily been living it out with the disciples, but he did see the truth and he was seeing its effect. And I do believe that there could have been many others of the Pharisees in the Sanhedrin who did much the same later in life. Because, even though it's not addressed or mentioned anywhere in the word, just because there isn't mention of it doesn't necessarily mean it did not happen. It's just that there were other things that were mentioned that God wanted to be mentioned. Some of these things that we don't hear about, like the utterances of the seven thunders in heaven in Revelation, John was told explicitly, do not write it down. It's not something that man needs to know. There are many things that man doesn't need to know. There are thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of books worth of tales and testimonies of what Jesus' actions and works were on earth during his time. The Bible even says if we wrote all of it down, there would not be enough room on earth for all the books that it would take. Which is interesting because now we have technology. Would we still not have room? Probably not. Because what God can do in a moment, we wouldn't be able to do in 1,000 years. So there we go. But either way, it is so crucial that we realize that God is the one who gives, and all we need to do is come to him in a moment of desperation. The gift of desperation is what one of my friends constantly calls it, because it is a gift in a way. You get to the end of yourself, you get to that desperate point, and you have no other option. And that is a gift because it confronts you with the only solution left to your problem, and that is God. So that is all I have for you today. I did go a bit longer on this one because I did have a few more things to say. Usually I keep it to about 5 to 6 minutes, but today I needed to talk longer. But, you tell me, do you like this format where it's longer or do you like it when it's shorter? Let me know in the comments section below. Subscribe if you haven't been yet. Like the video if you want to see more content like this. Share it. Do all the other stuff, and I will see you guys again in the next video. God bless you. Love you so much. You're going to do great. This is a journey we'll take together. It'll be all right. God bless. Have a great day.